Hey there, hello there, Shift Cutter Diamond welcoming to yet another OOTP Legends League video. We have one game for you today, September 29th. It's the 2017 Masters of the 1906 Cubs. It's an interleague game, and this is big because the winner of this game gets the #1 pick in the free agency draft. And whoever loses will get the #2 pick, and then basically whoever ends up being #1 and #2 originally will have to swap their places. So we gotta keep our eyeballs on that. But first, let's get you to why we're here, the standings. Actually, we're going to get you to the batting leaders. Yep, you got the American League and the National League for 2015. Oh. All right, so here are your champions, your batting champions. Rod Carew somehow, in some way, snuck in and took the batting title away from John Olerud of the 93 Blue Jays with Ty Cobb of the Tigers Legends at 350. Amazingly, Carew, out of all people, I don't know how many games Carew was in. Crew was in 133. Olerud was in all 162. I mean, Crew just got lucky. But yeah, he beat Olerud for the batting title coming out of nowhere. Rod Carew, well, he had a great comeback season because dude was hurt early last year. And then he ended up doing well. He won the batting title and he won the All-Star Game MVP. Mark McGwire, 57 home runs in a season. He beats Frank Howard with 55 and Manran with 51 for the most home runs in the calendar year. McGwire actually only played 132 games this year because of injury, and he had 57 home runs. Imagine if he played like 28 games, 6 home runs. I think he would have been 66. Frank Howard, Manran. RBI's Hank Greenberg puts up 155. He had only 39 home runs, but yeah, 155 RBIs. He beat Frank Howard for second, Manran for third. So yeah, nice job there by Hank Greenberg, the Hebrew Hammer, as they call it. On base percentage, Ted Williams with a 441. Slugging percentage, Robert McGwire won with 660. OPS, Babe Ruth with a 1077. Battery wins above replacement goes to Tris Speaker in 8.3. I had a Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig of the 27 Yankees. So yeah, Tris Speaker was important for Boston. At bats, the 2004 Red Sox Nomar Garcia put up 671 at bats in the young season. He played all but one game. Ty Cobb led with hits to 227. Pretty good. With Michael Young 217, John Roberts of the 93 Blue Jays 208. Tris Speaker of the Red Sox Legends and Earl Coombs of the 27 Yankees hit 200 hits. Shoeless Joe Jackson missed by 1. Lou Gehrig missed by 2. Runs, Tris Speaker 130 runs. Young 127. Speaker does his job. John Olerud of the 93 Blue Jays with 59 doubles. Nicely done. So he's done his duties. He won the doubles title with Nap Shaw at 57 and Shoeless Joe Jackson with 53. So a nice job, 59 doubles by Olerud. He almost got the batting title. Earl Coombs, 25 triples for the 27 Yankees. Unreal. Luke Gehrig of the Yankees Legends and Joe Jackson of the 1917 White Sox with 21. I think they play in triples parks. Total bases, Mike Young of Texas led with 382, 31 homers, 109 RBIs. Nicely done. Frank Howard, 377. Manran, 376. So, yeah. Stolen bases, Kenny Lofton put up 90 for the Cleveland Legends. Nicely done. 143 games. Ty Cobb and Ricky Henderson with 73 each. The two Ichiros from Seattle and the 0-1 Mariners almost tied themselves. Ichiro, the 0-1 Mariners, got caught stealing 30 times. Strikeouts, Manran put up 183 whiffs. Dan Wilson, 180. Edgar Martinez of the 0-1 Mariners walked 134 times. Happy Felsch with 36 sacrifice hits for the White Sox Legends. 1971. Zach Flies, Ken Griffey with 12. Extra base hits, Lou Gehrig with 97. Isolated power, McGuire. OPS plus, Babe Ruth. Win probability, Hank Greenberg. So yeah, those are your American League leaders. National League. Rogers Hornsby with a 337. He wins the batting title over Billy Hamilton of the Phillies and Todd Helton of the Rockies legends. So nice job. Fractured hand. That will kill the Cardinals. Well, it doesn't matter because even though he had his fractured hand, well, he still won the batting title. But yeah, the fractured hand. St. Louis is not in the playoffs, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. Home runs, man, slamming Sammy Sosa with 54. The only one with 50 in the National League. Sosa had 60 last year and 154. He slipped up 54 and 151 last year. Prince Fielder and Andy Matthews tied with 48 each. RBIs, Eddie Matthews 135. At least he won the RBI title. 162 games, 48 home runs. Mike Schmidt of the 80 Phillies with 132. And Larry Walker with 130. So yeah, Eddie Matthews doing his job. He played every day. Right. OPS, Billy Hamilton 426. He won that mark. Slugging percentage, Helton of Colorado 626. OPS, Matthews 1025 beating Todd Helton. Larry Walker 6.8 WAR. McCutcheon was 6.8 WAR, but yeah, Larry Walker did his job. Lonnie Smith 673 bats with the 1980 Phillies. He played all but 2 games. And Trey Turner 673 playing 158. Lonnie Smith put up 208 hits. Great job by him. Eddie Matthews 203, Helton 201, but yeah, Lonnie Smith at the 80 Phillies. Well, he play every day. Eddie Matthews crossed the plate 132 for the NL lead. Doubles, Bake McBride of the 80 Phillies and 75, Pete Rose with 51 each. Triples, Kiki Coiler with 22 for the Cubs. Johnny Mice 20, Lonnie Smith 19. Total bases, Eddie Matthews 392 for the Braves, Helton and Guerrero 2-3. Stolen bases, Lonnie Smith 90 doubles for the 1980 Phillies. Johnny Evers 86 for the 1906 Cubs, and Willie Tavares 73 steals for the 07 Rockies. Lonnie Smith got caught 41 times, so 131 attempts. Strike rates, Ryan Howard with 195 times. That's amazing, with 35 home runs. Walks, Sheffield and the 97 Marlins with 140. Wally Backman, 42 sacrifice hits, beats Mike Casella and Dave Bancroft. Sack flies, Willie Mays with 17 of them. Extra base hits, Todd Helton, 96, Matthews, 90. Sosa, isolated power. OPS plus, Eddie Matthews. Win probability, Larry Walker. And weighted OPA is Eddie Matthews. So the pitching, National League ERA, Jack Feaster 2.25. Matt Harrison comes out of nowhere for second 2.44. And Phil Necro, Warren Spahn tied at 2.67. So Feaster doing his job. Wins PB with 22. Hampton, Matthews, and Necro with 21. 22 and 5. Andy Ashby, 19 losses. Jim Beatty, 1. Barringer, Bob Gibson, 19 losses each. Yeah, these guys. Saves, Dibble with 46, tying John Wetland. But one's going to the playoffs. That's Dibble. One's not. Wetland. Skip Lockwood with 42 saves. Coming out of nowhere, Ryan Cook with 35 of them. Yeah, so Ryan Cook doing his job. Pitcher wins by replacement, Bob Gibson and Christy Mathewson 7.5 each. Necro threw 262 innings for number 1. Complete games, Necro throwing 14 of them, beating Bob Gibson with 13. Shuttles, Mathewson with 6. Gooden, 227 strikeouts, beat Strasburg and Colfax for that mark. Walks, Vandermeer, 137. He's still 18 and 9. Strikeouts per walks, Scherzer, 4.1. Though it was 5 and 13. Strikeouts per 9 innings, Scherzer, 8.8 of them, despite a 5 and 13 mark. Walks per 9 innings, Antonio Reyna did well, 9 and 16, although. Patrick Corbin of the 64 Cardinals gave out 43 home runs. Billy Lowe's gave out 43 as well. Walks plus hits per inning with the whip, Necro 102. ERA plus, Bister beats Harrison and Necro. Win percentage, Hubble 80-42, winning 16, losing only 3. Opponent's average, Necro only gave up 188. That was good. National League to the American League. ERA winner, Hal Newhouser, 265, beating Ron Guitry and Cliff Lee. Joe Pinero, the 0-1 Mariners, took 4.293. And he was 8-14. When you lose, you lose. Wins, Ron Guitry, 22, as long as Rube Waddell and Cy Young. Waddell was 22-2. Cy Young was 22-7. Guitry was 22-4. The young Jesus Sanchez with 21, not bad. Losses, Ruiz with 21. Oh, anyway, saves, Papelbon, 44 saves for Boston. Percival of the Angels, 44 saves. Wilhelm with 44 saves himself. Araujo came in with 39 saves. So this guy's been good. And Bob Lee, I call him Fornian Lee, but Bob Lee with the saves. Wins above replacement for pitcher, Rube Waddell at 8.2. Randy Johnson second, Cliff Lee third. Innings pitched, Waddell 254, just beating Cy Young by one batter. Complete games, 9 by a lot of pitchers. Shutouts, Hal Newhouser was 7 of them. Strikeouts, Randy Johnson 292, J.R. Richards second. Jesus Sanchez snuck in for third place. Amazing. Walks, Ruiz walked 141 guys. Strikeouts per walk, Roy Halladay 4.1, 9 and 11. Strikeouts per 9 innings, Nolan Ryan when he was healthy, 11.5. Randy Johnson second. Tyler Glasnow third, 7 and 19. Walks per 9 innings, Roy Halladay 1.8, pretty good. Home runs against, Hitchcock gave up 42. Whip, Tanana, and Eddie Sakati 1.14. Right, Tanana. ERA plus, Newhouser 171. Opponent's average, Brad Peacock 213. Win percentage, Ruben Dow 917 with 22-2. And that's all. What does this mean? I don't know. Final standings as we see fit. In the American League East, the Red Sox with 112 wins, the Yankees 108. The Orioles Legends with 95 wins, but they're not in. Central, Kansas City, and Cleveland make it in 103 and 100 respectively. The White Sox 96. West, Oakland with 110. Angels with 98 for second, but they didn't do it. The AL North, Detroit 103. Minnesota beat Toronto for second place in the North, but that doesn't matter. In the South, Houston and Texas get in 104 and 101. Tampa 96. The NL East, the Mets 106. The Phillies 101. The Cardinals almost got 100 wins, but missed by 2. Central, Cincy makes it through. Pittsburgh does not. 98 wins. In the West, San Francisco put up 115 wins. The Dodgers 110 wins. Next second, the North, Colorado beat Montreal by just 2. South, Atlanta beats Marlins 110-102. Padres 98. So we go to the playoffs. So Cleveland will face Boston 8 versus 1. Cleveland 162, 66% at home, 56% on the road. But the big stat is they were 5-1 against the Red Sox. So that could actually be big for Cleveland. 5th in runs, 11th against. Boston 3rd, 4th, 7th against per runs. 57 home wins, 55 road wins, 112 overall to 100. Yeah, season against Boston. The RBI leader was 9 with Ed Morgan. Boston's best ERA guy, Pedroia and Fisk with 5 RBIs each. Pitching wise, the only guy to lose to Boston was Sam McDowell. Gaylord Perry went 2 for 2. The only Boston pitcher to win was Clemens 1-1. John Lester went 0-2. So yeah. So the series, it is all best of 7. So Cleveland's roster rotation will go Perry, Sabathia, Feller, and Lee. Boston's goes Clemens, Young, Smokey Joe, and Wakefield. Truthfully, when it comes to the pitching, I think it's going to be probably Boston in 5. If you go by pitching, Boston's got this one in 5. I think they may have this one. Kansas City, Detroit, that's the 5-4 matchup. Kansas City losing on the final day to fall not only They failed to get third place, but they failed to get home field. Detroit was ahead of them by. They both were 3-3, and both with 103 wins. But Detroit, I don't know how they got it. 55 home wins for them, 53 for Kansas City. 3-3. Kansas City runs scored, 6 against in the AL. Detroit 4-4 third against. The big RBI guy in the against the Tigers, a pair Helmet Crane, Dale Porter with 3 each. Detroit 4 RBIs by Hank Greenberg. Pitching wise, Hal Newhouser, Justin Verlander, and Jim Bunny with wins for Detroit against Kansas City. Kevin Napier, Jesus Sanchez, and Brett Saberhagen doing the same thing too. Kansas City, their 4-man roster, they're going with Kawika. Kalakino Kawika, coming out of freaking nowhere. His home place is from Tuvalu. From Tuvalu. And there's only one player from Tuvalu, and that's Kawika. They also have another rookie by the name of Jesus Sanchez, who was born in Union City, Indiana. But yeah, so Kawika goes first, then Greinke, Jesus Sanchez goes third, and Brett Saberhagen fourth. Detroit goes with Verlander, Scherzer, Bunning, and Newhouser. So based on that, I would probably put honestly, I think Detroit in 6. I would give Detroit kind of a lead in 6. So Yankees in Houston, that's the 6-3 matchup. Houston winning on the final day to get the win, and Detroit and Kansas City faltering. So they get home field. Even though the Yankees have won 108 games and Houston 104, Yankees only played 3 games against Houston, which was weird, but they won 2 out of 3 against them. 55 home wins for the Yankees. Houston had 54. Yankees second in runs scored, 9th against. Houston, terrible, 16th in runs scored. That means they actually were outscored by a seasonal team and number 1 in runs against. So that'll help. The pitching matchups of the 3 game fouls don't matter. Houston goes with J.R. Richard, Mike Scott, Shane Reynolds, and Donnie Wilson. The Yankees go Whitey Ford, Andy Pettitte, Babe Ruth, and Ron Guidry. So Ruth will have to do double duty in games 3 and 7. Honestly, I think I'm going to probably give. I think it's too close to call. I would think. I'm going to say Yankees in 7. It's too close to call, but I think the Yankees are the world champs for a reason and no win in game 7. Texas Oakland, that's the 7-2 matchup. Texas 101 wins, Oakland 110. Oakland 55 home and road wins. Texas only 150 at home. I think Texas is the only team in the American League who has won more road games than home games. I think so. Yeah, so Texas is the only team to win more road games than home games. Oakland beat them 4 out of 6 times. Texas has the most runs, but their runs against is 17th, which means at least 2 of them, 2 seasonal teams beat them to it. Oakland 7th in scoring, 2nd against. 12 RBIs for Frank Howard against Oakland in 6 games. The only guys to win, Kenny Rogers and Jeff Russell. Oakland, 6 RBIs by Mark McGuire. Wins by Mulder, Bender, Waddell, and Cito. Texas goes with Rogers, Nolan, and Fergie. Oakland, Lefty, Waddell, Plank, and Chief Bender. As I live and breathe, it's going to probably be a sweep. I predict somehow, someway, Oakland's got Texas beaten. So, well, yeah, the playoff tree is like that. But I think that means, yeah. So I say Boston will probably be playing Detroit and hosting them. And I think that the Yankees will head to Oakland. On the other side, the coin, the National League, Phillies number 8, San Fran number 1. Philly 101 wins. They lost on the final day to drop themselves to 8th. They take on the Giants, who have 115 wins. 60 wins at home for the Phillies, 62 for the Giants. So, yeah, they love playing at home. Phillies 4th in runs in the National League, 11th against. San Fran 9th, 4th against. 6-game AVAL, San Francisco won 4 of the 6, so that's good. 8 RBIs by Ryan Howard. Jesus. Robert Roberts and Chris Short with the wins. The Giants, 5 RBIs by Willie Mays and Travis Jackson. Against them, and he wins Hubble, Marichal, Mathewson, and Romo. Phillies rotation, Alexander, Carlton, Roberts, and Hamels. Sanford, Marichal, Hubble, Mathewson, and Schmidt. Yeah, Hamels actually is the fourth starter, but he was injured. I personally think the Giants will have this in 5 against the defending national champs. Colorado, Cincy, the 4-5 matchup. Cincy won the North, and no, sorry, won the Central, and Colorado won the North. So 103 versus 100. Both with decent home records. Cincy has had Colorado's number 5 out of 6 times. Colorado leads in runs, but 16th against, 8th for Cincy, 4th, 10th against. 8 RBIs by Hilton against Cincy. Kluszewski, 7 RBIs. The only one to lose against Colorado was Jose Rio, and the only winner was Kevin Ritz. So Colorado goes with Ubaldo, Estes, Ritz, and Hampton. Cincy goes with Maloney, Vandermeer, Rijo, Soto. So that means something. I think we might. I think Cincy in 7. I think this will be a close one, but I think the Reds will pull it out in 7. Dodgers Mets, the 6-3 matchup. Dodgers 110 wins. The Mets 106. Again, like the Yankees, the Dodgers are 6 because they didn't win their division. 59 wins by both teams at home. They split their 6-game series. Mets and Dodgers are actually 1-2 in runs against. The Mets 11-4, Dodgers 5. 5 RBIs by Jackie Robinson, the most against the Mets, and 4 RBIs by Pizza against the Dodgers. So the Dodgers, well, the winners were Broxton, Colfax, and Kershaw against the Mets. Cone, Fernandez, and Kuzman for the Mets. Dodgers will go with Fernando, Nomo, Kershaw, and Koufax. Mets go with Gooden, Seaver, Cone, and Fernandez. But I think that it's going to be too close. I think the Mets will have the Dodgers in 6. And Miami, Atlanta, that's the 7-2 matchup. Marlins lost 4 out of 6 against the Braves. 102 wins. Braves won 10. And it's a battle of the division. That's right. They're both from the NL South. Braves second run score, third against. Miami's double 7. 4 RBIs by Moises Alou, the most against the Braves, and 4 RBIs by 6 RBIs by Eddie Matthews, the most against the Marlins. The 2 Marlins winners were Harvey and Johnson. The Braves' only 2 losses were by Smoltz and Spawn. Miami goes with Beckett, Josh Johnson, Brown, and Burnett as a rotation. Maddox, Spawn, Necro, Melwood for Atlanta. And according to my sauces, I think the Braves have easily got the Marlins beaten. So I'm calling for a couple of upsets, but all right. So let's just go ahead. Let's take a look at each team right now. Boston. Let's take a look at their injury list. Dick Drago, strained forearm, will be out 3 weeks. He'll be out probably first few playoff rounds. And not big of a loss. So Boston, I think, will be okay. The Yankees, well, let's take a look at the Yankees. Injured list. Red Ruffing, torn UCL out 10 months. He was 12-6. He was doing so well for the Yankees, but then he tore his UCL. So he's out till at least next July. And the Yankees said they will keep Red Ruffing on the roster. So they'll be patient with him. So that's kind of why, you know, like Lefty Gomez ended up being the number 5 starter. Texas injured list. Uh, Injury list. Dick Donovan out a couple of weeks. He was 7-2 in relief with a 5 ERA, so that's brutal for Texas. Ralphie Palmeiro, high ankle sprain. He's out for a month. He might be out for the playoffs. 120 RBIs. You can't replace that. They're replacing it with Frank Howard at first base, putting Mark Teixeira at the DH. Okay, I think they have a smart move. I think they're doing something smart with this. So, yeah. Well, Oakland, let's talk about them. Their injury list. One guy's we got the hot out a few weeks, so he'll be out for maybe 1.5 playoff rounds. That actually is hurting them. But Tejada's a good shortstop. So Bert Campaneris has to play shortstop for these guys. Houston, well, their injury list, Roy Oswald, they don't know how long he'll be out. He has tendonitis, so that could hurt. Dickie Fawn is out for another 3 weeks. He might be out long into the playoffs, but we'll see what Houston can do. He was their main shortstop until Reynolds had to come in. Detroit, they don't have an injury, so Detroit's actually a healthy team. A rarity. In Kansas City, their injury list, they're also clean. So Detroit and Kansas City are facing each other, and they both have clean bills of health. So that could actually be a very tight series. Let's look at the National League, the Giants, first and foremost. Robbie Thompson out 3 weeks, so that might hurt a little bit. He was their best second baseman. And Barry Bonds, a torn shoulder labrum, he's out till at least February. He was doing quite well. We thought he was going to hit 50 home runs this year. So, yeah, so Cepeda has had to play left field. Eddie Stanky has to start at second base. So the Giants have a couple key misses. The Dodgers also made the playoffs from the West. And Colonel Ferrillo fractured thumb. He'll be out 4 days. He was kind of a middling. He was kind of a like a low end player. Anyway, Marlins injury list: Alex Gonzalez strained cage muscle. That's Venezuela. Alex Gonzalez. He played 11 games. Did he injure early in the year or when did he get hurt? When did he get hurt? September 27th. So he got hurt right as the season has happened. And Hanley Ramirez, his sprained thumb, he's out for a few weeks. He'll be out for probably the first round at least. So that actually hurts the Marlins because their shortstop situation is hurt. So Renteria has to play shortstop. And what about Philly? Injured list. So the Phillies have 3 injuries. Scott Rowland, forget about it. He ain't coming back. Rowland injured his he had torn ankle ligaments. 17 home runs, 53 RBIs down the drain. He's out for the year. I think that's the second straight year, is it not? Yeah. He had torn ligaments in August. The guy freaking for the second straight year is out for the year. Will miss Philly's playoff run. Unreal. Chase Utley's got a sprained ankle. We don't know if he'll be back, and Philly will be bad at second base. Lefty dual strained groin. He'll be back in a few days. Not a big deal. The Phillies have to rely on Larry Boa at second base, Dave Bancroft at short. Well, Delahunty in left field until O'Doul comes back. Yeah, so Larry Boa now has to play second base. That's kind of freakish. All right, so we got the guy. No, we didn't talk about the Braves yet. The Braves, their organization injury list: Medlin out, unknown, strained hamstring. No big loss. Yeah, no big loss for Atlanta. The Mets. Did we talk about the Mets? No, we didn't. Mets, their injured list: nobody. So the Mets are clean. They're number 3 and they're clean. The Reds. Their injured list, they're clean as well. The 4 seed, they're clean. And Colorado, their injured list, Dexter Fowler out for 3 weeks. Yeah, he was kind of their backup, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. So let's go because we do have a game in hand. We do have a game to watch. The 2017 Nationals, 1906 Cubs. This will be what they call, well, because it's one game, you're not gonna. So yeah, they're gonna do one game and all that stuff and all that. It will be what they call, what we call a bullpen game. So Eddie Ramo will start. Well, this is a playoffs thing. Well, this is an exhibition game. So yeah, so Eddie Ramo will face off against Alex Bregman to start. West Side grounds. Under heavy clouds. It is going to be one game winner take all. Bregman floats it to center field and caught by Slagle. 1 down for Reddick. Sashim, goodbye. Overhead curve, strike 3. Here's Altuve. Ground ball to second through the first, and the Cubs look good. They have the 1-2-3. Dallas Keuchel going for the Astros today. He'll face Johnny Evers to lead off. Evers floats it to center field. This looks catchable. Is catchable by Springer. 1 down for Tinker. Tinker will decide to bunt down the line. And it doesn't work. He's safe. Chance for a steal. Tinker gets a stolen base. Here's a chance. For the third. Oh, this one's going quickly. Runner on third. 1 out for Chance. Chance, ground ball. This will be perfect. Nice job there. Tinker scores in an RBI ground out. And because of the, well, they're going to give they give the 1-run rule. So Farrell and Hoyt will warm up. So yeah, you give up a run, you have to be ganked. Here's Armas.
Strike 3.
Heidi goes down. So nice job by Keuchel, but the 1906 Cubs score a run playing small ball. Here's Correa. Correa down the right field line. That's looking like a double, and it will be a double. So Correa is going to march in with a double. Here comes Gonzalez. Marwin to left field, drops base hit. And Correa thinks about it. Yeah, Eddie Romo. I think he got picked up by another team, right? Released by the A's Legends. Okay, Romo. George Springer. Springer golfs at the center. It will drop base hit, and that will be a run. So guess what that means? The Cubs will have to change pitchers. They will have to change pitchers. Aquafino and Willis will have to run up. Here's Webb. Down the line, right field base hit. They're going for the play at the plate. Marwin will score. It's an RBI single by Webb, 2-1. Yeah, Earl Webb. Picked up from the Red Sox organization. Nice job there. Funny Armas picked up by the Red Sox organization, right? Yeah, they are. I think the. Ooh, dumped him off. Released by the A's. So yeah. Here's Gaddis. To right field, and a nice catch by the infield fly. Here's McCann. Ball 4. Bases are loaded. And that's going to be the end of Romo. Carl Willis will not have to come in. Guy play for the Ninth. Well, I think the Twins let him go, and then he's now pitching for them. Well, face Bregman. Bregman, ground ball. This could be a double play. A nice job by McCann to make sure that it's an RBI ground out. Reddick. Swings to center. Trouble, trouble, trouble. Oh, that's way back. There, I thought Reddick had. There's an RBI double by Reddick to make it 4-1 Houston. And here comes Altuve. Altuve slices it to right into the glove of Schultz, who makes the catch. 4-1. Now, Keiko does have the lead. They're going to tell him we have the lead. Yeah. No. No, you have to. Yeah, you have to. Turk Farrell is coming in. So Turk Farrell will come in. Wildfire is going to face him. Yeah. Schultz takes him to left field, drops in base hit. Here's Solly. Bunt. And it works. No, it's in second as a bunt single. Moran. He'll bunt. I'll throw the first, and that's the only play. Second and third for Slago. Slago ground the second. Throw the first. Nice job by Altuve to make sure that the runner doesn't go home. Into the glove of Springer. So nice job by Farrell. 4-1 Astros. He didn't give up a run. No, technically Wills didn't give up a run. So he was allowed to continue. Correa will round out. Here's Marwin. To second, throw the first, got him. 2 down. And here comes Springer. And he'll ground out. So nice job by Carl Willis to get 3 outs. Here's Evers. And to first. Take care. So third, 2 down. For Chance. And nice job there by the pitching staffs. With Webb. And the first, that's going to be a double. Nice double by Webb. Gaddis. Swing and a miss, strike 3 on the split finger.
Strike 3.
Again, gone. 2 strikeouts. Fastball. Franklin. And to center. Nice catch there. So the Astros are up 4-1. There's Armas, that's a base hit. Houston would love to go into Chicago and win this game. Catch was Farrell to Hoffman. Rambo to second for 1, and now will be there. There's Moran. There goes, and steal by Hoffman. Fly ball to the left and into the glove of Reddick. So the 2017 Astros are up 4-1. Here's 4. Yeah. Bob Wicker and Vincente Montano are warming up. Reddick. Ground ball. Yeah. If you throw past 2 innings, then you gotta go with the bullpen for the next point. Here's Altuve. Ground ball to short, throw the first, got him. So yeah, nice job by Carl Willis. Correa. Loops it, trying to lift a single, but he will not get there. So Willis does his job. Yeah, they will have to change. Yeah, Farrell will have to change him. The good thing about Houston is their bullpen. Well, they got all these guys. Musgrove and Paulino are warming up. Slago to third. Nicely done. Nice job by Bregman. 1 down for Marinero. Strike 3 got him on the slide piece. And now here comes Evers. Ground ball. So Turk Farrell did well coming out of the bullpen for that game. 4-1. So Bob Wicker is going to come in to pitch to Marwin. After 11 games. And strike 3 on the curveball. Margot. What a name. Well, George Springer. Springer. Line drive to center field. That's deep. Well, you know how deep this ballpark is. That'll be a lot of triples. But Springer gets a double out of there. A double, and here comes Earl Webb. Grab ball to short. Throw the first. Got him. And runners have to hold. Here's Gaddis. Gaddis swings one to center field. That's triple. This will be at least a double. So Gaddis with an RBI double. Cubs trying to use center field to their advantage, 5-1. So that is going to be the end of that. Azevedo and D'Agostino are running out. McCann drives it to right field, looking for the home run. Not so fast. But yeah, there'll be a new 1906 Cub pitcher. It's 5-1 Houston. Oh shoot, Tinker. They were supposed to change pitchers. This will be at least a double. So Tinker gets a double out of it. Yeah, they were supposed to switch pitchers. Why did they change? Musgrove was supposed to pitch. Yeah, so Musgrove is going to come in.
Strike 3.
Make strikeout on Huss slide piece. Here's gets a single. You know the rule. So Gordian and Paulino. Yeah, so Paulino. Yeah, he's right. So Paulino is going to come in. Steal by Schultz. Yes. Hoffman drives it to right field. That will land for a double. Make it 5-3. So yeah, the bullpen not working for Houston. Makes it 5-3. The run was not his fault. Moran. Chopper the short for the first. So that's why Paulino will stay in the game. It's now 5-3. And it's going to be D'Agostino. John D'Agostino is going to come in. 29 games. Bregman to center. It will be a double. Bregman will put on the brakes. That's a double. And here comes Reddick. Reddick, grab ball to short, goes first. That's out number 1. Here's Altuve. Altuve slices it to right. It will drop base hit to make it 6-3 for Houston. You have to give up a run. So Azevedo will come in now. And it will be a wild pitch. Correa takes ball 4. Darwin.
Strike 3.
Got him. And a Changer. Springer. Springer.
Strike 3.
Got him. Strike 3. Nice throw. It's up 6-3. Pretty sure tonight. To Slagle. Grab ball to short, throw the first, got it. And now comes Moreno.
Strike 3.
Be gone on the fastball. Here's Evers. Go to the center. Caught by Springer. Houston up 6-3. Webb. Webb gloves at the left and hit number 3. Man, he's doing pretty well for himself. Juan Acevedo. They got us. That's weird. 6 different Astros with it. RBI. Got us. He'll pop up right to Acevedo. Should have slammed it down. I can't. Will put it in. Reset. So base hit there. First and second. Right there. Right into right. It will drop. And Webb stays at third. Here's Reddick. Reddick. That's a big ball. That might be a sac fly. And there's a sacrifice fly. Run scores. Barr and Montano are warming up. Altuve. Altuve goes at the center. Drops and base hit. One will score. So nice job of Altuve. 8-3. Here comes Correa. They go for a steal. Altuve gets a steal. That one. 8-3. Correa. Goes at the third. This should be easy. This will be easy. Houston looking like they will win this interleague matchup. Here's Tinker. Tinker pops up. Someone get it. That's McCann's job. One down. Chance. Chance will bounce to first. It's 2. Armas. Eight to 3. Well, Marwin Gonzalez. They're going to go with the closer, Steve Farr. Well, they have nothing else better to do. So Marwin's gone. And AJ Reed's going to get a chance to hit. Reed to second base. He's out. Yeah, I think they just know. They're up by 5. Iggy Davis. He's going to come in.
Strike 3.
Eddie Gone. Got him on the fastball 96 and Earl Webb 3 for 4. You dare put him out of the game? He whoops. Whoops. Evan Gaddis is 1 for 4. So Tyler Waite is going to come in to pinch hit. And this will be a out to second. 8-3 Houston. First base and left, first and center. AJ will get a first, center field, other base. Center field? No. Center field. Jake Maresnik is going to move center field. So Paulino trying to finish it off. Wildfires at third base. Throw to first, and nice job by Drake. Reed Johnson's coming in. Base hit with a big hit, and now you got Jimmy Slago. Dale McDougal is going to come in to pitch it. Caught by Webb and makes the catch, and the Houston Astros of 2017 wins the game 8-3. They did it. Houston wins the winner-take-all seasonal matchup, and they beat the 1906 Cubs at their own game 8-3. So the 2016 Astros will get the number 1 pick in the free agency draft. The 1906 Cubs will go number 2. The win technically goes to Farrell with Romo the loser. Paulino picks up the save. Like, that actually matters, and I don't think it does. 3,800 fans saw that game. So we're going to be into the playoffs. Any news? Any, like, stars and all that? I think we had some news that we didn't even touch on. 2000 hit for Keith Hernandez of the 86 Mets. Well, he's 33. Lou Gehrig of the 27 Yankees was named Player of the Week. It is 8 RBIs. So, yeah, Lou Gehrig doing his job. Nice job. The NL Player of the Week was Eric Davis. He'll be going to the 5 home runs. He'll be going to the playoffs. Dave Boswell will be up 5 to 6 weeks with Albert's elbow tendonitis. But the Twins did not make the playoffs, so that's okay. Longoria for Tampa. Well, he's 2 to 3 weeks. Good news for Tampa. They're out of the playoffs. Power rankings. The Yankees and Giants could be the one there. Paul Schmidt on top of his game. Steve Freeze, Colorado 1, Montreal. Bernie Williams had a 21 game hitting streak. Regular season ends. Playoffs begin. Those matchups. Rod Carew wins the batting title coming out of nowhere because of his injury. He actually pulled it off. And Rogers Hornsby, despite him being injured. Carlos Beltran, Kansas City, is out for the season. It's forearm inflammation. That's bad news for Kansas City. Remember, I said that Kansas City was going to make their play with Detroit interesting because of no injuries. Well, guess what? Beltran's hurt. That will hurt. That will hurt. They'll have to put Willie Wilson at center field. Wee Willie Wilson. If Beltran was the best batter on the team, the Royals 103 wins. They end up being they were the 5 seed. So now they have to go to Detroit without Beltran. That's gonna hurt a lot. But things will happen for a reason. So we'll figure out the playoff schedule and get back to you. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond.